episode for higher GC News. Mema Ovibia Kwaba. Hadia latest and hot news enkwa enamide bramo. Anuti so nyan subscribe to channel idea bomodia say obe subscribe. Dobeyan say we click the subscribe button. Na wabeli notification. We ansa video fufuro bia be upload bia when the first person wants ebeka sa video. Afi uwiana wa like video, give us a thumbs up, na fi share ma or for so that when you be here na we hu and somewhere koso e wo Ghana be mo hanom. Afi yembura ye and somewhere abeto ye pono so. Yenti eye sa report ya ababetuja yenti.
Minim se NPP fo ahyase ye nneoma bi. Na ye pese clarify kakra. Na no bi NPP baaye no Oma yehu se the NDC for ye no na enye na nkoyi nti oma yete asesa number 2 MB for ahyase oh yera jo Mahama ye twen wo se o betwa 11 ni mu ntem yera Mahama dum so no light ni gina so yera Mahama dollar no se ye kono ye jama at 14 cedis enti ye de beka asem era Mahama se cement no ye 150 no 100 na sefo MPP for na sase keka kasa anyoma no de ompeso mo ye ni nyina ne se ye de to na daachi bi ekosora o matimi aka akire omu ho se ye ja ni sei ena mo mababa ye ni sei Mamin kan kire MPP for. Na no me kan ho asem ewa ha. Na me say ka bi. Ena me tro wo me social media so. Efa economy ya amemu. Challenges na Jo Mahama be inherit no. 1 year we no. Amania Jo Mahama be hu bia no. Dodo na no eye MPP. Nana do dan Akufo Addo ana akose. And that's a fact. Obetimi a debate because we MPP ni. Me say kabim. Ahokere dum so ebeba dollar ahoɔden ebefekere saa nyoma ni nyina ene saa challenges ma komienu a yewura Jo Mahama ebe encounter no. Dodo na no eye MPP. Afine kuro na ankasa no yebe wai ani. Enti Jo Mahama mani hunu no 2025 no de MPP for akose ayem fa sa blame no dodo na ma Jo Mahama enti se dollar efekere ne sia na ekosoro enye Jo Mahama asem me kan we am ate ase the way economy sitie eno nti na ye budget bia na ni akabia 2024-2025 and she say ni bi wo ho a she say Ghana yesika yebedi in the next 3 months no na Akufo Addo nhyehyɛ na oyeye no enu bi ne de ye adwuma nti yewura Jo Mahama krono ane budget kronya mfa mai ena obi a wote parliamentary proceedings ase no say amanyoko bia ka se me ba metwa bibi mu a e was a parliament answer. Obianim. And everyone say, even including MPs, Biomi MPP for Kase, or Kaso Betwem Tia, Chinese Owunchem. DC is BNMC is Biomesia de Nim parliamentary proceedings nim say Abanka so better be bimwa. Tis a co parliament, na parliament dia famra so and san no me year free ho. Because Tamrena Jo Mahama de a 2 bit yesono. Omedi call parliament and san no is our news taxes no efrim that was the time obekaya it was after March obebia yewra kenoforiata ede ne budget na Akufo Addo asempa budget ne baaye ma aboso okaifo nyina ni gi say spare pass no ya tete so enti se wonti proceedings ase na say Jo Mahama so obetwa 11 ntina February drone twali 11 ontimi ntwa 11 mu sesie Jesse ono ankasa budget no aba na saa nhyehyɛ no ɔde aba eno bɛyɛ after March ye kam wate ase ye na memma MPP ni bia begina makatro say te said ye nano no na mu defending your man ye ma wuncha kutu. I don't care what you tell me. Me mfa ho. The opesa wo ka say na hwan no defend ya ban no defend your Mahama no endi makatro sa nyoma ne mfa me ho. Say ye no kranko a meka kire wo. Me say wa wutie me no kure wom ne say from January, February, March, yɛbra John Mahama levy betting tax on timi nyim free ho because ye won hihye ni bebre wo ho a ɛda so budget mu. Ebi wo kra na ye de sa sika no any IMF conditionalities no sa anyoma ni bi hyehyem. Enti ebi wo kra na te so ne IMF for ne cancer. Enti ebehu John Mahama na nkasa budget a ebeye after March ho ba bia ode ono ankasa budget eba. They say a budget 3 months no and na Akufo Addo budget. Sika no and na Akufo Addo ni sika ene de ko. Enti mbacho ne de monti ase sa. Enti na yemu bia ka kire wo say time abahu say eba economy nka governance o. Ye wo governance wo ho amemu no ene economy nankasa say the wo see ye ema nipa ho tono no. O te say aha eno ho asem no yemu bi after 2026 and ye beka ho asem. Say there some mefa John Mahama na ye nkrofo ene ne ye bi ne sa anyoma no mom na meka ho asem bri. But after 2026 ne de efa amemu pa na afi na mbe assess John Mahama na memu ye. Ko 2025 no bia nim se eye na Akufo Addo ne nhyehyeye na John Mahama ode ne nsa be hye ase kopin so no ankasa be ye ne de. Me ka we ama yakoba kamwate sa anyoma na se. You understand? Yenko back. Time NPP for ba amemu mu no. Na economy no ejina 8%. Kai say John Mahama ebe free so no. Na economy na tete a na enkoyi. Na around 3.4. But John Mahama ebe kono in 2017 no Ghana ye call ye nim ewo GDP mu over 8%. E call 8% na MPP for ede kase na dodan Akufo Addo baye no economy no kon nanim no say na John Mahama kaye Kofi kenkan de John Mahama kaye maye ye pese o tin nyoma bi ase.
Yeah, Nana.
Ti ene da so no.
Nana, so Oshe John Dramani Mahama say Ghana's 8% growth in 2017 can't be attributed to NPP.
Exactly.
And only Mahama nasemti or say Ghana ye nyine no. Ye nyine no etumi akọ nanimo habo pen
am watching. Akufo Addo ba 2017. One say MP4 can say na Akufo Addo ba no. Wabɔ ne homode ama economy no outgrow by 8%.
Eni bosume be yenum kra o de kɔ nanim.
O de kɔ nanim. Eno na yewura John Mahama na be ka say. Na Akufo Addo ne MPP phone ntimi nkasa because ɛyɛ ono no nhyehyɛ ye pa.
Eni timi pia o.
Eni timi pia so 2017 no hom popoye no ɛyɛ ono John Mahama. Enti na ma John Mahama kan we.
Sure.
Pacho uti. On say na Akufo Addo nso be kono. They say economy no nso grow by 7 point something percent.
Sure.
And nso economy.
Sure.
Sa 7.1 no. Se 2017 eto aso a enye John Mahama de na waye. E de na Akufo Addo de ato. But what you say?
Sure.
Sa 7.1 hwan no. John Mahama be inherit CCA no. Say the case 2025 Ghana GDP no was 7%. Based on the John Mahama kan no. Yentimi nka say John Mahama na ama Ghana akɔ nanim saa.
Sure.
Na Akufo Addo. Because na Akufo Addo sika ni bi na benefit no. But what you say?
To first year no dey.
Sa. Na 2 IMF na ye wom no.
Sure.
John Mahama nso ba be gi sika ni bi. IMF sika no nso benya so mfaso no de abobra. Because I say that's what IMF mu till 2026.
Sure.
Enti 2025 2026 ni nyina ebeye IMF economy. John Mahama nyoma nketua bi betimi aye because unya do nsa kwose IMF ase a obey president just where you want him.
Omo be tutu anamo ama.
Because in 2017 so Nana Akufo Addo beto IMF economy. 2017 2018 till 2019 na omu free mu.
Sure.
But yet I say so let us understand this.
Sure.
Sa pepe so na yemu bi. Nana Akufo Addo in 2017 ahokyere Ghana fo ko mu no. Yemu bi yanka a monetary so. Obia woni mebia no Nana Akufo Addo time me sha ase ka na memo hu nsem after 2018
yeah.
And ye mu bi sha ase born Nana Akufo Addo achi because amre no afri jo Mahama die mu a ono ankasa dia.
First year na twem.
Enti ye principle ne say Nana Addo danko Akufo Addo in 2017 me be ya ambo Nana Akufo Addo achi efa na economic management. It was 2018. Sa pepe so ne ye ka kire NPP for ne say sa ne ye no enti mamu metwa mfutro ngu nnwoma ni se mu se petrol kof esoro dollar ne ho ahwan a minim NPP for be ka se ye ka kire o but the besi bia 2017 ye aho kire no ye NPP for na akose
sure
jo Mahama de no after 2026
sure definitely
ko vise what
mate analogy na say
de me pesa meka na ye de to aso the attorney say Omampanyin na Nana Danko Akufo Addo nso say posterity will judge him and in adwuma awaye posterity ni nyina ne ye daache ne beka bia mame ennioma amaye no megya eto ema daache emre ebeka bia mame so beka ya asakasa no John Dramani Mahama nso ka bi in 2016 so onim say oye adwuma pa de na ho ode ne na adwene ne bibia boa Ghana na emre ene beka bia ma no ogya de oye nyina ma emre na Ghana fo behu se oye ade anase wa anya ade ene John Dramani Mahama yetuti ano no ene wasaba na Nana Akufo Addo nso ka se posterity emre dachi ene bedi na asema ma no so ya ade anase wa anya ade na minia ba ko bi tro bibi me de pa Dr. Felix Labi very fantastic thing I watch roye and also de ebema sa emre no yakabi ama Nana Akufo Addo no ejina de John Dramani Mahama beye muntie de ebema Ghana fo afe Nana Akufo Addo no ejina 4 years de John Dramani Mahama beye because unim ora John Mahama no nim se ekwan a Ghana fo abono aka che ne se yempe no na ono anim se enya de a obeye na adwen kura se o se ba se president o person se di president biem na onim time a oye na adwen se ade no se emu ofu ene se Nana Akufo Addo hyase eye nyoma basa at the end of 2018 into 2019 muntie Nana Akufo Addo by the end of 2018-2019 omu be free IMF mu no eno hyase eyi ni suban pa edi echere Ghana for enti sa wo 2018 mu a na Ghana for hyase enu omu ho se papa na de na oyi papa de na woyi papa na aden Nana Akufo Addo aden obi a onim history nim say 2018 no ena Nana Akufo Addo hyase ne ho ye ahi ehon na John Mahama hu say ade ani mu ayefo intimitimi sa aba enti na ma John Mahama de na oka say emre ne beka na asema ma no ejina mu because we hu say Nana Akufo Addo ba ya o se me de benya we me de eto metete so me de meye say meye nyoma different menya corrupt menya say no say ono kra de oya ade worse inti ade no emu ayefo e wo se me sa aba
in she riot fan
na se ni posterity no abeka bia ma no ti e ka no kra anka de John Mahama eye no anka onye tumi se opeso sa aba biem me se ka biem si e ka no kra ne nyoma ya hu wo krom ha ene John Mahama memu ni bi ene nyoma oyeye na anka ye ntimi mbie ya no nka se and I want to mean kase opeso sabe president but I realize say yera na Akufo Addo wa sha ase ye west intinesa wo de toto ho a sebi abonsamfo mienu nanso bonsam no baako no ye chen enne bonsam no intine wo se ono ye bonsam de but ne bonsam no on de ye bayie but na Akufo Addo de no na ye bayi bonsam enti momfa me bayie de ne saa because me nya bayi bonsam how do I say aha because bayi bonsam ni hu chen bayi and ma John Dramani Mahama be attractive ye nyina nim se from 2020 e bani nyina no ni eni president e wo kurum ha obi nim se from 2020 no na ye ni obi a yetimi ka se ye wo president wo kurum ha ni e wo obi a osiso a okokenkan speech na okoye commissioning but ni eni president meka president a se bibi si a otimi ka se mate president se kwabrefo ka se ye kwanya on toto ayampia president se Ghana for ka se ye ho kire ye a o metra ho meka se munyina monye papa monim begu ase ni eni president ni enya foot soldier se say samre no o kan no so akabi a kire samre ni eni from 2020 ni e kona ye de na Akufo Addo si so no ni eni president na ye ono a ne nkrofo na ekeka boma ye de mu pa obehu na waba be ka bia owie a na sebi wasobre na no na ne buafu ne ho na onam but John Mahama tie say one said the way Ghana force so kama ahu the way at say we ye bibia na e defendo Ghana for yet say Israel fo say no obia pe wa asem say obia e ka bi say NPP ni bi ka bibia na ndisi fo ba attack omo but ye sa honeymoon no ebe wie na ewie a afin na ne Ghana for betna enti se wunima Ghana for no ye sha ase kasa ejina won ne yeye se Ghana ni ka wei na untia obeti Ghana ni na no se adwo Mahama be ma bano no afi na Ghana ni no asha ase ni wenya emma utirimu nya wo de na to da bia medika aka se 2 years aban bia no 2 years na o sha ase ye pa aban bia ba 2 years no o sha ase ye pa now so after 2 years no a sha ase sabi edin semhunu aban bia after 2 years enti John Mahama mami mani nwu ma multimedia ya ni nwu twawo 4 years ne ne nka se John Mahama we die onte se na no John Mahama no John Mahama mami me na janto mani nwu because me de makase after 2 years no ebia na utirima asase ya wo de no wa asase sabi edin semhunu enti mami mani nwu ni ehu ni se o 4 years we die ye hu se o ma Ghana ya akono minim se enyoma bi wo dia obeka no kre na kire yen sa de o ya ade ye nim se ye wonyoma bebre wo ho enya wo na wo yeye eye na Akufo Addo na yeye eno no ye beka bia ma wo ba se wan ka no kra nkire yen dia ene oni ye benya problem Radio Mahama na Akufo Addo say waja amemu papa ma ye nim se enye no kre na Akufo Addo enya amemu papa no jama ye nim enti me ha ho nka nkire ye nim dada ye ya ye beko ama se na Akufo Addo ontua ne bosia na wo boy no wantua enti wa manyoma na ye kama ba ye nim se ente saa amemu no wanya amemu papa ma ode ahokyera amemu ne ma wo na Akufo Addo wanka no kra nkire Ghana fo ne nyoma obeka state of the nation address ni nyina no enye saa netie wase ho enkofo ho kiro mo enyoma nkoye business collapse na memu no ode aho kire na ama wo enti so okasa men ha because ye nim dada ono ye beka bia ama wo mate se nkofo asiase na wo betwa yi mu dabe e level mu dabe yenso ye nim se aban bia ba se ɔman no ɛde bibi kɔ parliament na parliament gituma ɛyɛ parliament ɛna ɛbɛyɛ nhyehyɛeɛ adane no enti yɛ twɛn na bibia yɛ okay a wama parliament ayɛ nhyehyɛeɛ ne ayi e-levy afiri hɔ obi obeka se John Mahama adenti na unyi e-levy sesia na unim dia woka because a parliament nkwa ne betimi ayi e-levy ne betting tax na free ho eno so bema mne no aye adwuma because ye tiase se wan kasa untimi mfa wo pe na emom udi kan ka ho cabinet no ama majority aye wo nkrofo no ahyase process no it within 3 months ye nim se wetimi e-levy no free ho de tosumienu wa appointees no nso hwe omu yi nti me na Akufo Addo yewura kan bibi che ne se won ko na Ghana foto ma onye wa appointees no won na Ghana fo nimu yewura John Mahama won na Ghana fo nimu ye nimu bi a ye regional minister ye nimu obi o ye minister for finance ye nim saa nipa kro no won na Ghana fo nimu nti woni ye no a wo pese hu Asante mu ha no me di Asante man hu hia me mo oni ye no me bi mra the way I will see bra wo ho ase na ubu nipa no me bi mra ha the obey KM boss the obey regional minister the obey DC the obey panyi wa Asante me eno na hia me de no no ma woni ye ni bi mra ha ye mpe obi a omu ade ye mpe obi a onjene Asante man ho yempe obi a obema kumase aye tan yempe obi a osori anopa na pa regional minister na ototo ayampia yempe obi a ne dia ne sikadie na Asante man aye fi na street light enya adwuma na ekwan onfa ho yempe saa de ne bi tusu obi a obema Asante man abanyam mesa ka atro mekejetia phase 2 na hu hia me nti ubaye Growth market na hu hia me ubaye hospitals bibre na wo hya ase Eurojet na wo hya ase na yanwie na ene regional minister ne na Akufo Addo nyamu kwa akotwam ahomam wobra mu nyantua aka wie no eye wa wo nsa no kofo hya ase pesika wo nso beto aso ma bibia ye okay sesei waba no to aso me hu se wo ai oye tamfo wa Asante region no una tamfo na wo ba wo ye adwuma Owura Mahama because NPP ye funu ni ha but wo a wo ye tamfo ye tu abeti NDC no una wo ba ye tamfo obuaye nti Owura Mahama ma Asante man aningu de ye se untimi nya no ye na ye mpia wo nyemo medical ka kiro medi wie no hweye menye wa adwen se 2 years pepepe afi de bibie sisi ya no wa hya ase esoro se wo soro a yenso ye besoro se ka asem na wonsu ntie na won crofo de ahantan na NDC fo didi atem na NDC fo keka de e ka oni ye benya problem se e ka na wontie e be campaign atia wo mi anka me hya ase a campaign atia wo minim se obetimi aye nti fa enyansafo twa ho hia fa wona enyomu botom ntia etwa ho hia yi ni papa pa afi o meka se Ghana nti na mo menye party nti emfa obi a onim nimdie bia nkoye DC emfa obi a ne dia ne se woto a wa bibia nka ho enkoye regional minister emfa obi a onni nipa wa badoye enkoye KM boss Fenyansafo ministers Fenyansafo amu atinka eye DCs eye CEOs Dinocratic Ghana for ye be support you 4 years o mabiem into 4 years no fa jeje adwen ni bi fa kofo adwen ni bi fa tamils adwen ni bi ne fa na Akufo Addo de ye papa no fa ne kabom because I experience in the war. Na Akufo Addo ye nneoma bi ye papa peke. The atamils, uru atamils ye no peke. The omampanyin kufo ye ya na ebo no peke de jeje ye nkeka bom. Because he said there was so experience ah. Kire sa experience ni mu. Maybe
Today, we're also making a different kind of history, one that speaks to our maturity as a democracy, a nation of citizens enfranchised with the authority at the polls to determine their political future. Today's exercise between the outgoing president, His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo Addo, and I feels a bit like a deja vu. That is because 8 years ago to this day, on January 7th, 2017, we shared this same space and performed this same transitional exercise. At the time, I was the outgoing president, having served one term, and he was the incoming president, having been given a mandate by the people of Ghana to lead this great nation of us. He and I both understood on that day, as I'm sure we are today, that it is the people of Ghana that we are elected to serve. Somehow, it seems fitting that it is with Nana Akufo Addo that I twice shared this stage and this unique historical distinction. Because Nana Akufo Addo and I began our national political careers in Parliament in the same year, 1996. He has always greeted me with warmth, a firm handshake and a smile. And he is perhaps the only person in my life who has persistently chosen to call me Johnny. While we belong to opposing political parties, we shared a sense of mutual respect. In those early days, we probably could not have imagined that destiny would bring us to the leadership of our respective parties and that we would have to face off 3 separate times as we each vied for the highest office of the land. Nana, as this will be our final meeting under these circumstances, and as I look back on the journey we have traveled together, 2 much younger men who entered Parliament together with a full head of black hair and you with the same bald head and round eyeglasses, I have to say that you have without exception been a worthy opponent. I extend my warmest wishes to His Excellency, the former Vice President, Dr. Alhaji Mahamadu Bawumia. It was a grueling campaign and we gave it our all. Your sportsmanship in making an early concession eased tensions and contributed to the early conclusion of the electoral contest. I wish you all the best in your endeavors. My brothers and sisters, the world in which Ghana exists today, as I begin this presidency, is not the same world in which we have lived under other presidencies. There are tensions and conflicts that have not previously existed between nations. These tensions and conflicts place pressure on alliances to decide where we will support. There's a seismic shift happening within the system of global economic dominance. Whereas the G7 nations, United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, and Japan once provided the highest percentage of the world's GDP, over the last decade, that number has been steadily dropping. However, the combined total of the GDP of the BRIC nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, UAE, their GDP has been consistently increasing. In 2023, for instance, the G7's combined total of world GDP was 30%. But by 2029, that number is predicted to drop to 27%. In 2023, the BRICS percentage of world GDP was 37.3%. And so what does this mean to us in Ghana? What could it mean to our economy? Where do we fit in this geopolitical maelstrom? Technology such as artificial intelligence has taken us to new heights, opening up the potential for national, financial, and personal security issues that we are not yet able to imagine. One example is the use of misinformation and algorithm manipulations on social media platforms to sway a particular group's sentiments towards or away from something. Now more than ever before, we need to strengthen our ties with our neighbors to ensure that we're working together to keep our sub-region safe. We stand in solidarity and work in alliance with all our neighbors in the sub-region. Recognizing the history of our borders, we also acknowledge that on the other side of our country's borders are our family members. They may be Ivorians, they may be Togolese, they may be Burkinabes, they may be Nigerians or Malians, but they are also Akans, they are Kasinas, they are Gwans, they are Nzemes, they are Hauses, they are Moshis and Gurmes, because we are all part of one another, one big family. With the increase of the climate crisis, and as the waters grow warmer, melting the Arctic ice and permafrost, there's a greater likelihood for viruses that have been frozen and thought to be extinct for decades, perhaps even centuries, to begin to spread and create another global pandemic. The changing climate conditions, increased population density in urban areas, and mass international travel are enabling existing viruses to spread and mutate at a faster and faster rate than they did before. This is a serious challenge. Let us not forget the toll that the past epidemics of viruses like Ebola, COVID, and Mpox have taken on the families and communities and medical infrastructure in several of our neighboring countries and in the sub-region. Let us also not forget how swiftly and completely the COVID pandemic brought the entire world to a screeching halt. My government will be working diligently to strengthen our public health systems while monitoring the global health situation so that when, and not if, but when the next pandemic or epidemic occurs, the loss of lives in Ghana will be minimal.
Yo, waiting for winning and summer abeto yepuno so because so when you subscribe to channel idea bomodi say over subscribe so say hadia latest and hot news and kwa enamide bravo afi we are now like video no give us a thumbs up na fi share ma oforo so na when you be here na wo hu and somewhere ekoso e wo Ghana memo ha also betimi otchere wadwen afa ye and some way nyira ho e wo comment box ni mu ubati menka bi in my next video.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.